The Rapala BX Minnow BXM-10 is an excellent summer bass lure because it blends classic minnow action with modern toughness. Built with a balsa wood core wrapped in a durable copolymer shell, the BXM-10 keeps the lively buoyancy and responsiveness that balsa is famous for while holding up around rocks, wood, and docks. At about 4 inches long and weighing roughly 3/8 of an ounce, it closely matches the size of the baitfish that bass target in summer. On a normal retrieve, the BXM-10 runs in that 3 to 6 foot range-ish, placing it squarely in the strike zone where bass often cruise once the water warms. In early summer and during low light periods, the BXM-10 is ideal for covering water along points, shallow flats, and first break lines off the shore. Bass often push shallow to feed at dawn and dusk, and this lure's tight wobble and natural finish make it look like an easy meal. A steady retrieve that keeps it moving through its running depth allows you to locate active fish quickly. When bass are aggressive, the BXM-10's action holds up well even at faster speeds, making it a great search bait. As the sun gets higher and the water temperatures rise, bass typically slide towards structure and shade. This is where the BXM-10 really shines. Working it along weed edges, rocky banks, submerged timber, and dock lines keeps the lure moving right through the ambush zones. Instead of burning it back, slow your retrieve slightly and let the bait maintain its depth. Occasionally, pausing will be helpful because subtle rod movements can make the lure change direction just enough to trigger reaction strikes from fish that are holding tight to cover. Retrieval speed becomes especially important during the dog days of summer. The BX Minnow's balsa wood core gives it that natural, lively action even at slower speeds, which is key when bass are less willing to chase. On tougher bites, a slow and steady retrieve with brief pauses allows the lure to rise slightly before diving back down. That small change often convinces neutral fish to strike, especially when they are watching the bait from below. Color choices and conditions matter as well when fishing the BXM-10. In clear water and bright sun, natural baitfish patterns tend to perform best, blending in while still flashing enough to get noticed. In stained water or overcast conditions, slightly bolder colors help bass track the lure more easily at its running depth. Wind can also work in your favor, as wind-blown banks and points often concentrate baitfish and pull bass in that 3 to 6 foot zone where this lure really excels. The Rapala BX Minnow BXM-10's a versatile summer tool that bridges the gap between shallow and mid-depth fishing. By adjusting where you fish it, how fast you retrieve it, and how you match conditions, you can keep this lure effective from early morning through late evening, when bass are feeding on baitfish and holding in that mid-depth summer range. The BXM-10, well, it becomes hard to beat. Take care, my friends.